ನೀಡಲು ಬಿಬಿಎಂಪಿ ರೆಡಿಯಾಗಿದೆ.
Very good morning, cadets. Hope you are doing well. In the last or in yesterday's class, we discussed about the meaning of Constitution. What is the meaning of Constitution? We discussed in detail. Can you recall? For example, Constitution is the supreme law of the nation. Constitution is a set of rules and regulations. So we discussed the meaning of Constitution in very detailed manner. The topic what we started, that is about why do we need a constitution. That is the topic. Now today let us proceed from where we stopped yesterday. Now let us study the need for a constitution. That is, why do we need a constitution? So here are the reasons. Please write down the reasons. First reason that constitution is needed. Reason number 1. It generates a degree of trust and coordination that is necessary for different kind of people to live together. Now, what is the need of a constitution? Constitution generates a degree of trust or the faith, and it also coordinates. For a different kinds of people, and it helps them to live together peacefully. So the first point is Constitution generates the trust or the degree of trust and coordination that is necessary for different kind of people to live together. Means, for example, the diversity. Let us take the example of South Africa. The blacks, whites and the colored people, they feel that they can live together because they feel that there is constitution which is above or supreme or above the government which protects their rights. So that is what the trust which is built up. That is what the first one. It generates the degree of trust and the coordination that is necessary for different kind of people to live together. What is the second reason? Second, it specifies how the government will be constituted. Whenever we speak about how the government is constituted, for example, in India, how the government is formed. In India, government is formed after the election because various political parties contest for election, and the party which attained majority seats will be declared as a ruling party, and the party which is got the next highest seat declared as opposition party. So it is very clearly written in the constitution that how the government is formed. That is what it is very clearly there. Constitution specifies how the government will be constituted. Who will have the power to take the decision? That means Constitution very clearly explains that is the president is powerful or the government is powerful, or who got the right to power to take a decision. that is clearly mentioned in the Constitution. Third, it lays down the limits on the powers of the government and tells us what are the rights of the citizens. So Constitution clearly explains about the powers of the government. It explains what the government is supposed to do and what the government cannot do, or the limitations of the government. So it lays down the limits on the powers of the government and tells us what are the rights of the citizen. Fundamental rights. What are the rights of the citizen? That is also mentioned very clearly by the Constitution. What is the fourth? It expresses about the aspirations of the people about creating a good society. So if you recollect the preamble of Indian Constitution or preamble of South African Constitution, which we studied, the preamble very clearly explains that South Africa should be a democratic nation. It upholds equality, fraternity, social and economic equality. So it is very clearly express the aspirations. What are the desires of the people? What the people aspire for? That is very clearly mentioned in the Constitution. That is, fourth, it expresses the aspiration of the people about creating a good society. So, four major reasons we studied here. Why do we need a constitution? Four major reasons. One, it generates the trust. Second, it explains how constitution is framed. How the government is framed. Third, it explains the powers of the government. It also explains about the rights of the citizen. Fourth, it explains the aspirations of the people. It explains the aspirations of the people and also how a good society can be framed. So that is very clear. The four reasons for constitution. All countries have constitution not necessarily democratic. For example, China is having constitution, but China is not a democratic government. So all countries, don't think that countries which have constitution, all the countries, they are not democratic. But at the same time, all the countries which are democratic, they will have a constitution. Hope you understood. But all countries that are democratic will have a constitution. So it is very clearly, it says that if a country is having a constitution, don't conclude that it's a democratic country. Example, I explained you, Chinese government. China is not a democratic. But there is no democratic country in the world which do not have their own constitution. After the War of Independence against the Great Britain, Americans gave themselves a constitution. So which country first drafted a written constitution? That is United States of America. America, for the War of Independence, America 1776, America, the 13 colonies of America were under the control of Great Britain. So America fought war against Great Britain, and after winning that war, that is American War of Independence. Then America is the first country to adopt a written constitution, that is in the year 1779. After the revolution of France, French people approved a democratic constitution. So French Revolution, year 1789. So French Revolution, year 1789. So after French Revolution, even France adopted a constitution. So France adopted a constitution. After the France adopted a constitution, of course, in the year 1791, 1789 French Revolution. But there is a difference between the Constitution of America, Constitution of France. Since it has become a practice in all democratic countries, have a written constitution. So, first written constitution in the world, that is American Constitution. After that, French Constitution after French Revolution of 1789. After French Revolution of 1789, they drafted a constitution. Of course, you study in class, class 9th only in history. So now it is understood that all democratic countries practice that all democracies to have a written constitution. Now let us understand about the making of Indian Constitution. So in the making of Indian Constitution, first let us understand the important leaders who are involved in making of Indian Constitution. Vallabhbhai Patel, born in 1875, timeline is 1875 to 1950. Born Gujarat, he was a Minister for Home and Information Broadcasting in the interim government. By profession, he was a lawyer and leader of Bardoli Satyagraha or Bardoli Peasant Movement. Played a very important role in the integration of Indian princely states. Later assumed power as a Deputy Prime Minister of India. So Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, popularly known as the Iron Man of India, because of his efforts today what we are seeing, the princely states, then princely states, they are all united and we have got such a strong India. Another important leader involved in framing of constitution, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, timeline 1884 to 1963, born in Bihar. To Dr. Rajendra Prasad, the President of Constituent Assembly. Please note down this. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, President of Constituent Assembly. Lawyer by profession, known for his role in Champaran movement. 3 times President of International Congress, later first President of India. So Dr. Rajendra Prasad, first President of India, he was 3 times President of International Congress and President of Constituent Assembly. Jaipal Singh, 1903 to 1970, born in Jharkhand, a sports person, educationist, captain of first Indian national hockey team and founder president of Adivasi Mahasabha, and later of course the founder of Jharkhand party. So Vallabhbhai Patel, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Jaipal Singh. H.C. Mukherjee, born in Bengal, Vice Chairman of Constituent Assembly, a reputed author, educationist, Congress leader, member of All India Christian Council, lawyer and later Governor of West Bengal. Abul Kalam Azad, born in Saudi Arabia, educationist, author, theologian, scholar of Arabic, Congress leader, active national movement, opposed Muslim separatist politics, later education minister, the first Union Cabinet. You may have heard of name of T.T. Krishnamachari because very actively involved in various aspects, really drafting the constitution. Born in Tamil Nadu, member of drafting committee. So two, one is Constituent Assembly, the second one is drafting committee. Drafting committee was headed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Constituent Assembly was headed by Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Entrepreneur and the Congress leader, later the finance minister in the Union government. Durgabai Deshmukh, born in Andhra Pradesh, advocate and the public activist for women's empowerment, founder of Andhra Mahila Sabha Congress, chairperson of Central Social Welfare Board. Baldev Singh, leader of Patriotic Akali Party in Punjab and member of Constituent Assembly and Defence Minister in the Union Cabinet. Munshi, born in Gujarat, historian, Congress leader and Gandhian, later minister in the cabinet and founder of Swatantra Party. Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, Madhya Pradesh, chairman of drafting committee. I told you, drafting committee chairman Dr. Ambedkar, chairman of drafting committee, social and revolutionary thinker, agitator, of course protested against caste division, caste based inequalities, later law minister of first cabinet after independence and founder of Republican Party. These three are the well-known figures: Ambedkar, Nehru and Sarojini Naidu. Nehru, born in Uttar Pradesh, Prime Minister of interim government, lawyer and Congress leader, supported socialism, democracy and anti-imperial policy and the first Prime Minister of India. Sarojini Naidu, born in Andhra Pradesh, poet, a writer, political activist, and of course a leading women leader of Indian National Congress, later government of Uttar Pradesh, later governor of Uttar Pradesh. So few important leaders, quickly go through that. Patel, Rajendra Prasad, Jaipal Singh, S.C. Mukherjee, Abdul Kalam Azad, T.T. Krishnamachari, Durgabai Deshmukh, Baldev Singh, Munshi, Ambedkar, Nehru and Sarojini Naidu are few famous leaders who are involved in framing or making of Constitution. We'll continue in the next class. Take care.